compensate for the victim in the accident. And I think it's very important if the coaster they don't have enough money to pay for the accident. And the second is insurance is the alternative voluntary insurance. This means you have many insurance terms like repairing and the optional garage and public check insurance and high product engine insurance. And you know, when talking about the alternative insurance in Vietnam, you should understand about the alternative insurance inspection. Step one, if the accident happened on the road, the driver should call to the hotline to talk about some basic information like the name of the driver, the number license plate, something like that. And then the receptionist will some technology, some information, and then the appraiser will go to the accident scene to inspection, to inspect the accident. And at that time, our team find out some problem and did the insurance inspection. From the pass through now, the appraiser normally use the NAI to evaluate the level of the accident. So I think that's the reason why the reason is not high accuracy to overcome the problem. We research the driver behavior monitoring system device to reduce the detrimental of the inspection instrument. And now Mr. Strong will tell you about the literature review.
As I said before, if you want to do something, if you want to make something, you need to understand the cause of that, everything related to it, and also all the things that people have already done for that. So, we are doing the driver's behavior monitoring device. Therefore, we need to understand the core, which behavior is dangerous and which behavior will be observed and will be monitored during when we build our device. The first behavior is speeding. Speeding is extremely dangerous as when the vehicle going so fast, we cannot control it properly. Maybe with the safety system on the cars right now, we can have a little bit of that. But like if you go like 120 kilometers per hour, it's hard, it's really. And you cannot have enough time to react to the sudden happening. Maybe someone crossing the road, or maybe you see an obstacle in front of that, but you cannot stop the vehicle at the time to avoid the crashing. The second behavior is harsh braking. This is related to the speeding. If you go so fast and you harsh braking, it will be dangerous. There are so many people said that if I was driving on the road, I see a sudden someone crossing the road suddenly, or maybe I see an obstacle, I need to harsh braking. Okay, I agree with that. But it's just one or two incidents. It can be 10 years. How about if you have 10 incidents in 1 month? That is from your perspective, your driver's perspective, not from any other surrounding aspect actually. We have the hard acceleration, which also related to harsh braking. This is the same with speeding. When you acceleration so fast, you cannot control the vehicle. I have issues about that. Even with the support from those safety, like the traction control system or maybe anything else, it's hard to control your vehicle when you push your gas pedal at the maximum level of that. The fourth one will be driving under the alcohol influence. This is extremely dangerous because when you are drunk, you cannot even control yourself. You cannot stand on your feet. You cannot talk properly, or you cannot even react to someone who is talking to you. Therefore, how can you control your vehicles, and how can you ensure that you can protect, you can make everyone traveling with you or traveling on the road at the same time with you safe? You cannot guarantee that. So how can you drive the vehicle. The fifth reason, the fifth behavior is driving without rest. Because the scientific research have already proved that if you drive over 2 hours without without taking a rest, there will be some malfunction inside you because you have fatigue, you're tired, you cannot control your vehicle properly, and after 4 hours, almost all your driving performance going down. Therefore, in Vietnam, we have a laws of driving continuously for 4 hours, and then we stop, we take a rest for the next 30 minutes before we can continue our traveling. Along with that, I also have another dangerous behavior, such as tailgating, driving in the wrong lanes, disobeying the traffic signal, and also lane changing without signal. They are very dangerous, but we can skip that. And now we'll go into the experimental evaluation and also the evaluation results from the Luân.
And now we go to the experiment. The first thing is the preparation for the experiment. The first thing you want to have a car with OBD true gate, and the second is the driver behavior monitoring device with a 40C car. The first is a 5 meter test run, and last but not least is the laptop with the internet connection to loading the data from car IQ flip. So as you see on the screen, this is the driver behavior monitoring device working diagram. With 8 input signal, we have the same with 8 output control. For example, like the brake pedal sensor, we have the output controlling heart rating alert. Also ankle sensor with the output control heart accelerant alert. And the AE camera for detecting passing the red traffic light with the passing the red traffic light. And the sign set on the chapter 3, we have the three main behavior is dangerous when you go on the road. You see the heart acceleration, and this will be taken by frontal angle sensor, and it will send onto the car IQ flip. Also is and this is the result of the graph acceleration instant. You see on the screen, it is the tree score. The score you calculate by a parameter like idling time, moving speed, graph braking, and graph acceleration incident. You have the date of the accident, the average speed, the total ride, daytime ride, nighttime ride, with time ride, acceleration incident, graph braking incident, with time, and maybe your fuel cost. And the same with the speed value. The same way we also have the result for the speed value. Next with the house braking, you also have the result for the house braking. Okay. Okay. In the location of the car, the driver behavior monitoring system, they also use the data from the GPS for location, for the car location. And when you connect with the car IQ flip on the website, you see the map of the car drawn on the map of Google Maps. Yeah. Thank you. And now the Sam will talk about the conclusion of the project.
Okay, so to be honest, the device worked well in Vietnam, it's really, because it's based on the Google Maps sources. So therefore, it can track the location like Luân have already explained it. It can draw the maps, it can detect your speeding behaviors, it can detect the horse braking behaviors, and also the horse acceleration. And it also, for further in our automotive field, it can also read the OBD2 diagnostic codes. It can read everything so that we can know whether our vehicle having problems during on the street or maybe somewhere else, and send the signal back to the managers or maybe the user that need the information. However, we also have other behaviors or other function that we still haven't activated yet. We haven't activated yet. Alcohol detection, wrong lane driving, lane changing without indicators, and crossing the red line. Therefore, we will try to activate these features in Vietnam, and we will try to expand to other fields, not only insurance. We want to expand to fleet management and also to car dealer appointment, which is kind of trendy in the time right now. This is the further study, and we would like to share it with anyone who wants to have the interest to develop this type of device in order to make the society a better place. Thank you for listening. This is the device that we let me take it up for you. This one. We connected it through the Omni2 port, and it will directly send all the signal, all the data back to the mobile apps along with the web base. Let me show you.
You want to try?
Yeah, you just put it in the vehicles because we have already plugged in the SIM card, and it will transfer directly every piece of information back.
Okay, before I have some review, I will have some point to because this device is a co-worker who collaborate with the company, and the company in Hong Kong and India. Yeah, they support this group to they design the hardware and some parts of the software. This group support them around the information or the data they will add into the system, and this group will test on the real vehicle, the real road in the Vietnam, and that's the reason because the device here, because this has support from the company, the insurance company, and two companies in Singapore and India. This evaluation project.
Dear member of community and dear my student, I announce the evaluation of the advisor and reviewer. First, the evaluation of advisor. The content of the project thesis has studied the driver behavior related to unsafe driving condition. To purpose research on the device to monitor the driver behavior. The research are matching the requirement with the ability, the strength, and research on using a driver behavior monitoring device to work when they evaluating. It's useful not only for transportation but also for insurance field. Aspect device on real vehicle, the witness. The device has not monitored the driver behavior with the effective of alcohol with the wrong lane change. And the final is approved for defense. And that the the evaluation of the reviewer in the project, the student have read a lot of different information concerning to practice rock accident, automotive insurance. The student experiment on the device in Vietnam condition. The thesis surround the outcome means the student have deep knowledge in the field. The thesis is well organized, clear presentation with excellent English writing and English presentation. The witness, I think this is the fundamental for the next study. So I think in the thesis, need more citation or easy referring for the next study. And the conclusion is approved for defense. Thank you.
Somehow new for the vehicle industry. For example, we cannot compare Vietnam like to United States or Germany or other developed countries that have a kind of history, a large history of the car manufacturing. Vietnam have just trying their best in their field, which is not bad if we take a look at the V-Pass. But I think there is a lot of problems with road traffic in Vietnam, a lot of accidents, and I hope that this device looks like can help to reduce the road accidents and which create the death of people, which is the most important basically, right? Because vehicles are made to serve people, not killing people, right? So this is very, very interesting device. One question I have when I read this brochure is that I see that this device can detect acceleration, braking, speeding, and driving without rest. And can detect driving under the influence of alcohol. The question, how I understand it can detect the speed of the vehicle, the type of driving, right? If it's connected, how it can detect if the driver uses alcohol. You need some special sensor to do that, right?
Yeah.
So can you explain cognitively how can you detect the alcohol?
Okay, so thank you for your question first. So this is from the information that the India company that shared with me when they developed it. So for the alcohol influences, they are still in the developing process, but they did tell us some information that maybe they would use some type of cameras and also sending sensor put back inside the vehicle. Or there is a newer things that they just recently been known and been developed. They are using the touch sensor. They can detect the alcoholic concentration throughout the skin. That is what they are trying to do in this time. Yeah, but you know that our stop and start of the engine in the vehicles, when you touch that, it can detect. That is what they are trying to do in the futures. And they share it from me for some reason, I don't know. But this is like some confidential information from the enterprise. Yeah, what they share from it. So that is
Company wants to do step by step. Yeah, because in this project, they just focus on three,
four. Under construction. Yeah.
One more question, One more question. Do you know that Volvo has this technology of the driver is consumed over 0.3 gram alcohol a liter of the lab? It won't be able to start the vehicle. Have you researched some information about that? How Volvo can detect the alcohol before allowing the driver to start the car? Have you researched about that or not? I'm just curious.
Yeah, this is new for us because we are this one is mobile is different, but it's also a developing trend way. If you want to use one as something we have really seriously.
You can research because Sweden, Volvo made in Sweden before China. Volvo is a kind of Swedish company, and Sweden has also Skyline, the trucks. So they have very interesting development industry about these devices, and also with automatic driving with automatic braking system that uses the Skyline and Volvo trucks and Volvo cars also. You can research about it.
Thank you for the information. So as we said that the limitation of it is that there are behaviors that is underway to be activated in Vietnam, and also because these products have already been in the demo stage and experiment in foreign countries, but not yet in Vietnam so much. Actually, we don't have so much time to do it in Vietnam because it's based on the Google map. So there will be some flaws during the experiment, and that is one of the biggest limitation for the device. And we really want to improve for the GPS location. It is almost accurate right now, and we want to make it even more accurate with the support from the 5G connection that's going to be launched in the next few years, strong connections, and also with other technologies that maybe we'll try to develop. And yeah, that is most of the innovation of the device right now.
And when the result come out, how will you classify the result?
Thank you for your questions. So once the data come back to the processor, that means to the hands of the managers, there will be the Excel file and also other software of evaluation and also distinction, so that the manager will have the ability to evaluate, to know that, and also it will score the drivers. And you can see, let me show you, it will score you based on the driving behavior. This one, yeah. This is when I have the demo test in, actually this is the test file from the phone. And the device scored him 8.94 out of 10. The 10 is the maximum safety for the drivers, and he get 9 out of 10. Yeah, this is actually his results. It will evaluate each of the drivers and then send a summary back to the managers, so that we can use that by the managers and also the user that purchase and require this kind of service.
So we can the total time.
Yeah.
2,000 kilometers.
No, that is 23.13 kilometers from this university. Point, yeah. Yeah.
glass.
We have this small right here. This is the system from the Italy practice home. Yeah.
So when we talk about the result, and when you get the data, feedback to the result, I think the result will depend on the companies. For example, last time, when we do the project, I introduced that with the device to the transport station company, and they try to plug in the device and test on the road. And they know that they want to apply for this company all the time. The company will be plugged into this device, and they will assess the driver behavior, and they will give the points, and then have the salary or something like that, depend on the company.
I have a question in the typical detail.
Yeah.
When they define particular for example, acceleration, it's recorded some data, for example, at what speed. Do you know in the ECN, every time we trigger a fault code, we call the mechanism or diagnostic, for example, at what RPM, at what temperature, for example, in this device we call that.
Yeah, it is. It is. For the speed of for the speeding or harsh acceleration or for the harsh braking, let the sample is speeding. In this table, I set the speed that is not over 60 kilometers per hour. So therefore, every time the vehicle crossing the speed, it will give you the time stamp at 18 June of 2020 at 4:04 p.m. And also the location for of that incident, the latitudinal and the longitudinal, this is also profitable.
So this depends on the set point.
Yeah, it depends on the maximum speed you want the driver to have. So that's also the limitation we want, because we want the speed to be fluctuation during all the route traveling. Like in the urban area, we want it to be below 50, but in the highway, we want it to be over 80 or something like that. So that's also the limitation. But first of all, we can set that speed limitation on the vehicles.
So it means Mr. Tung broke the law 6 times?
No, because it says very low speed.
Yeah, there's no way. So this time like I 20, but yeah, only 20. Yeah, and it will be generated every 10 minutes.
The low speed because I give my school, so they have to set low. But when I drive
Another vehicle, my home. I'm joking, I'm joking.
I know you know what to do.
If the council don't have any questions for me, I would like to end my presentation with a perspective from one of my advisors, the book, who is from our insurance company, which cannot come here today. It shows me that once you do when you make the device, you should think that you need to change the people's mind, not the technology, because you are using the technology, the IoT, to help changing the people's mindset that when they are on the road, they should not driving aggressively. So you are